I was eager to see this one because The Descent is a really dark movie,
Mm.
and generally, really dark movies benefit tremendously when upgraded to 4K from the enhanced resolution, but really from the new layers of color depth and blackness depth and better whites that aren't blown out that you get with UHD. And I popped in my Blu-ray for comparison. My Blu-ray, though, is the South Korean Blu-ray because it had better packaging. I'll show you a picture of it in just a little bit. So I don't know what the American Blu-ray looks like, but I'm assuming the South Korean one's probably the same transfer as the American one. And there's definitely a significant, very significant improvement in picture quality on this movie. But
Nice.
first, I'll show you the packaging. This is the front cover with the slip, and when you take the slip off, it looks like that.
That's cool.
And then when you open it up, the back cover looks like that.
Ooh.
But if you turn it upside down, it looks like that.
Wow.
So it's kind of neat packaging, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it comes with a 4K and a Blu-ray. And
How much was this one again?
it's $34.99.
Hmm.
It comes out technically on the 11th, just a few days from now. But I think if you order now, they're going to go ahead and ship it. It's only available at Lionsgate Limited. And it's a new 2025 scan supervised by director Neil Marshall. It has Dolby Vision. The cover art's by Matt Ryan Tobin. It includes both the rated and unrated versions of the film. It has a lot of the special features from previous releases, but they did add a couple of new 20th anniversary special features, including a 47-minute new documentary called What Lies Beneath, Exploring the Descent, and another one on the film score called Poetic Pain, the film score. And I watched the 47-minute documentary, the new one, and it was pretty good. I don't know that I learned anything that wasn't already in the older materials, but the important thing is the way this movie looks. I want to bring up some other imagery for us to look at while we talk about it. It's crisp. Usually I don't expect the crispness to be enhanced as much as what I noticed here.
Hmm.
But the first thing I noticed, and all throughout the movie, is the big difference between my Blu-ray and the 4K and how sharp the image was. The colors were the next thing I noticed the most. The colors are so much more vivid and vibrant on this 4K. Not that this is the most colorful movie on earth, but when this movie goes red, it goes super red. And when I popped in the Blu-ray for comparison, it looked more pink on the Blu-ray. It's red as a mofo on the
Yeah, with
4K.
those flares in the caves and stuff.
Yeah. Now, in terms of seeing into the darkness, though, it wasn't like I expected, but it's not bad. There's I think the way they shot it, they didn't want you to see very far into the darkness. Maybe the sets weren't, there was no set there or something. It all seemed intentional. I didn't notice any crushed black levels, but there are good solid blacks in this movie. And you don't see into them the way you would if it were a movie shot today with digital cameras. Today they're afraid of pure black. They're absolutely terrified of pure black. They want you to be able to see forever into the darkness, and I hate that look. I don't like that look. I like for there to be actual true black in the image, and you get that in this movie. I don't think some people are going to like that, but I love it. The sound is the next thing. It's not a revelation. I was hoping for a revelation because I thought in the cave with all the water dripping and bats and these monsters going everywhere, I thought the whole thing had the opportunity to be a truly outstanding experience. But it's still a good experience. It's not an Atmos track, it's a 7.1 track. I don't think that's the same thing. Although I did hear what I thought were some sounds coming from my height speakers, so I could be wrong. The first part of the movie, I didn't notice a lot of stuff in the surrounds. There's not a whole lot of ambience in the first half of the movie, but once they meet the creatures, for some reason, then you start hearing the water dripping on the left and the right and behind you. And there are certain moments that they really have fun with the directional speakers, especially when the women in the movie are being hunted by the creatures and the creatures are like moving all around them in circles because you hear this creatures moving around you through the left, right, and back channels. So it's got moments of directional usage, and it's got moments where there's a little ambience, especially with those water drops that really enhance the experience if you're sitting in a surround sound situation. But it's not consistent like that. And I think it could have been. So there's room for improvement, I would say. The score also gets boosted in the surround mix a bit, and I always appreciate that. So I give it an A for picture, and I think I'd give it a B or maybe a B plus for sound. And the packaging's pretty good. I don't like the spine, and I'm a nerd.
It's
I'm a
fine.
nerd now. I like my old packaging better. Look at this packaging that I had from South Korea, guys, and tell me if you don't think it's better.
Well,
That's South Korean. That's a slipcase. I like it better.
I mean, it's cool, but I like the new one better, I think.
Well, you're wrong. No, I mean, I think people feel both ways about it, but this is such a nice transfer. I'm gonna have to sell that South Korean one. South Korea, man, they put out beautiful packaging. I also have the piano from South Korea. And even though Criterion has recently done it on 4K, I still kept that because it's so beautiful. The South Koreans, they respect their movies with beautiful
You know,
artwork, man.
It's something with like marketing in East Asia versus North America. We tend to be very character focused in our poster art and stuff,
Hmm.
and they're more idea focused in the East. So
I
yeah,
like the way they
I do
think.
tend yeah, every time I see like old vintage Japanese posters and stuff, I always try to scoop that up because it's so cool.
Well, that's the movie. I don't want to talk about the movie too long because the show's running a bit long. Essentially, it's about a group of 6 women that go spelunking. There's a whole lot of claustrophobia and one set piece after another with them getting stuck in a collapsing cave, and they have to go across this bottomless underground ravine, and then they meet the monsters. And it's a harrowing, exciting movie. I don't think it has a dull moment. It really ratchets
Mhm.
up nicely all the way to the end. The actors are all good. They're all good. I don't know if anyone's a standout, but they're all very good. It looks really good. The monsters look really good. David Julian's score is deep and brooding strings and distant, creepy horns. Like, it's got an awesome vibe to it. I really wish there were more David Julian scores based on this one.
Yeah, how many
Um,
survival horror films do you see that have an all female cast too?
mhm.
Not very
So,
many.
yeah, so it's
Now, I do have a question though I want to ask. For anyone who's seen this movie, the character Juno, played by Natalie Mendoza, when the creatures are attacking them, she's killing a creature, and she's like in a state of like, hysteria, trying to kill this creature. And like one of the other girls comes up behind her, and she like just turns around, and her pickaxe goes in this girl's neck, and the girl dies. And that's terrible, and it's sad. The girl is clearly goners, and like it looks like Juno, this character, watches this other girl die right there, and she leaves her. She's sorry. I'm assuming she didn't mean to kill her friend. My goodness. And then later in the movie, the main character, Shauna McDougal might be her name, the actress, discovers that girl that got the pickaxe in the neck still alive. And the girl gives her a necklace that Juno had that says, I don't know, love every day or something. And I think the implication is that necklace belonged to the main girl's deceased husband. But what I'm getting at is that they try to turn this Juno character into the villain of the movie. And that's what I don't like about The Descent. I like the movie overall, but I do not understand why I'm supposed to hate this poor girl, Juno, who I think understandably accidentally horribly murdered her friend with a pickaxe because these monsters are all around them and attacking them. And if she had an extramarital affair with the lead girl, Sarah, I think was her character's name, with her husband, so what? Does she still deserve death by these Nosferatu looking cannibals in the caves?
I think that's a really good point, and I think that if you made this movie and it was it was an all male cast, would they have done that? I don't think so. I don't think they would.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I don't think it seems a petty thing to do.
It does seem like a petty thing to
Yeah.
do.
I just like, why are they being so bad to Juno? It's like Juno did other things that were bad. Like she didn't bring a map with them. Like she wanted to do it on her own. Like that was dumb. But nothing that just I don't want her dead for that though. Like I don't know. And then the ending. Apparently there are two different endings to this movie. And I think when it was originally released in America, we got like the happier ending where the main girl Sarah gets out of the cave and survives. But
That is
then
true.
the unrated version, which the cast and crew like, has her getting out of the cave and surviving, but then essentially it's a dream and she's back in the cave and everyone's dying all around her if they're not already dead, and she sees her deceased little girl. Because the first opening sequence of the movie is Sarah losing her husband and her daughter in a car crash. And these other women are her friends, and they're taking on this spelunking journey to hell to kind of make her feel better about losing her husband and child. I don't know if I like that ending. I think you need a happy ending on this movie. I think I prefer the happy one. Where do you guys stand?
Uh,
Do you
I don't
care?
know.
yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
I'm
Good.
I like when movies depart from that automatic happy ending thing. I think it's a very American thing, and so I'm fine with bad endings, with sad endings.
Yeah. So yeah, I do tend to skew more toward like, I love Night of the Living Dead, and we know how that
Mhm.
film ends.
Yeah.
And it makes sense. And it's like,
Yeah.
I can do bad endings, but so when you were describing the alternate ending, it reminded me of I think it was 47 meters, where the two girls are trapped underwater 47 meters, and they have the whole thing about her getting back on the surface and and then rescued and everything, and then it just kind of cuts back and it's like, nope, that didn't happen. That kind of thing just kind of feels cheap if it was like a dream and it cuts back and it's like, oh nope, never mind. I don't like that, and I would prefer just either they get out or they don't. Don't
Yeah.
do the bait and
Well,
switch stuff.
when I'm watching this movie, I feel like maybe Sarah has a death wish because she just lost her family, and she just would rather be dead with them. But I think through having to survive all the things she has to experience in this cave, she like learns to want to live again. Because why else would you survive? Just roll over. Let the cave crush you. Don't be afraid of it. Just die in the tunnel that collapses, or let these Nosferatu naked weirdo monster things kill you. But she tries to survive. So I'm like, this is a movie about a woman trying to learn to want to live again and to survive. But then in the end, in this ending that the director and the cast and crew apparently prefer, she dies in the cave.
Yeah, so that doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't
So I'm a little
add up
ambivalent
as
about
well
the
to
ending.
me. Yeah,
But it's a beautiful film, and it's a creepy
yeah,
film,
it's cool.
and it's
It's a cool
cool.
movie.
If I had to pick the 5 best horror films since the year 2000, this is on that list.
Oh yeah,
I can't think of very many other horror movies that are better than this. I didn't love Dog Soldiers that we talked about last week,
right.
but boy, this follow-up film I just thought was leaps and bounds more refined and elegant and
Yeah,
just
you definitely hit his
impactful.
stride with this film.
I give this one at least an 8. Dave, how do you feel about The Descent?
I would also give it an 8.
Yeah, 8 for me as well. It's a
Wow. Look how we all agree on some things.
It was I think my favorite movie that year when it came out.
2005 was actually a surprisingly good year, if memory serves.